Making Your Mark is one of the 10 projects nationally that are working to fulfill the targets of Museums and Schools programme. Museums and Schools is all about getting local children into their local museum and engaging with them in a creative way to help support the learning that's happening back in the school. Making Your Mark is looking at local heroes, engaging with local achievements.
We've ensured relevance across the curriculum by designing our programmes to link very closely with our local history and our local heritage.
The Making Your Mark programme has really helped us choose our topics, so that we've got a new curriculum now, and a lot of it's based on our history around the area, our local environment, and so the museums have just been amazing for that.
The 3-visit model has enabled us to make a much deeper connection, not just with the students but with the teaching staff as well. I've noticed that a school's come and then that teacher's gone back and they've been an ambassador for the museum within the school.
Yeah, I think one session is good, but you tend to have that session and then children, it's kind of forgotten. And then having 3 sessions means they've come back, they've remembered what they did last time, they've talked about it, and it's reinforced really the sessions and the fact that we can visit local museums and how interesting they are. They're excited about visiting here. I've had 3 students who've come to me and said they're coming at the weekend with the family because they want to show them where they've been, which is brilliant.
We've just recently acquired a collection of objects by the Victorian designer Christopher Dresser, and we were hoping to raise his profile, not just in schools but in the whole community, and make Middlesbrough have an understanding of how amazing this connection that we've got with Dresser is and how fantastic the collection is. So I thought it was a really good opportunity to work with schools and introduce Dresser and his designs to the pupils.
I have to admit I didn't know much about Christopher Dresser before the project. Well, nothing really actually. I'd never heard of him before. Now I think it's absolutely stunning. When we first came to visit the museums, I noticed that he did use a lot of Oriental Chinese background in his pots, and I used that when thinking about nature also. So I discovered the lotus flower, which is also Oriental, and I put that into all my designs.
So it's kind of opened their eyes up to the wealth of creativity that is in their own local area, because it's local to them and they feel more attached to it. I think being able to study a local designer, it inspires the children to think, well, perhaps that could be me in a few years' time. That will have an impact on their results also when they take their GCSEs.
My task as the teacher was to introduce the children to the more contemporary designers, Orla Keeley, Terence Conran and Laura Ashley.
One of the key impacts that's come out of the evaluation work with Making Your Mark is that teachers have really valued using national collections for putting local achievement into context. So I think using not only facsimiles of these national collections but also the real things in their local settings was really powerful, and it's wonderful to see national collections from the National Portrait Gallery in a local area.
We've got a series of images that we've got from a National Portrait Gallery that refer to some of the key characters that we refer to when we're doing the programmes. We've just set up an exhibition about Michael Faraday, who visited the village in 1828, and he advised the Loftus Allen workers. And we've got 3 very lovely portraits in our exhibition. And what we're hoping is that local schools will feed into this, and they will start to realise this link between national people and local achievement.
By using images from the National Portrait Gallery's collection of local heroes, we're able to show the young people that their work may be nationally recognised and nationally important.
One of the nice things is that when we visited the museums, we've been able to take back their interests and develop their learning because of something they've found an interesting topic or a particular interesting artefact, and then we can actually develop their learning through that, rather than us saying this is what we're going to learn. The children are actively involved in their learning and can direct their learning.
I think active learning is essential. The need to be hands-on, the opportunity to see things for themselves rather than just in books or on screen. So in that sense, the hands-on approach has been fantastic.
It's changing the whole perceptions of what a museum is about. There's no barriers. It's a comfortable place to come. If you can get the children in, they can bring their families in as well.
I think it's a really good programme, and it's something that I'd recommend to anyone, and I really believe that getting the children outside the classroom is the way forward.
It's wonderful to see the 7 museums across the Tees Valley working in partnership together with the National Portrait Gallery. At these times when we all have to be very clever the way we're working, partnership working is absolutely the way forward, and to see them all working together to achieve what they have done in terms of the pupil numbers, in terms of the local engagement, in terms of encouraging schools into their local museums has been fantastic.